He's being investigated. He's being prosecuted. So technically, Mustafa Hamid is not different for Chairman Wontumi because Wontumi is still being prosecuted and being investigated. The same as Mustafa Hamid. It's Mustafa Hamid or Chairman Wontumi ana odafie na Wontumi down Sawom. He will join Wontumi at Sawom. Now, Mumianko tie statement be Mustafa Hamid made today in front of Gabi Ochedakon. Gabi go jail and Chebia Mubati. In front of Gabi Ochedakon, in front of Nanado Danko Ekufuado, and Eyede Mahamudu Sledge Bawumia, in front of these three people. Mumianko tie, we are not MPP for the reality. Maybe they're struggling or they just don't want people to tell them the truth. And I'm catch you about how the party is divided. Yet the caucus in parliament, how they all want African marking changed, how Mahmoud Bawumia is thinking of changing African. And let me tell you, after they are done with their national and general secretary election, they will change African marking and tell the world that it is all about the regional balance. I'm telling you today. After they are done with their national elections, no more national chairman, no more general secretary, they will change African marking and they will give him that excuse to say it is because of regional balance. They will change him. They will change African marking after the national elections. Amu person omu yi omu chairman we, amu person omu yi omu general secretary. The moment they are done, omu change African marking, omu catch and say a regional balance into the parliament one ye yi ne free African they will change you. But let's go to the real issues or the real issue, which is Mustafa Hamid speaking in front of Mahamudu Sledge Bawumia and Gabi Ochedakun and Ekufuado. Now let's go listen to him very well. And he was talking about the election they lost. Mahmoud Bawumia being a Muslim and the co-mininis he was saying, MPP for DB, because it looks like still they are very foolish.
Choosing a presidential candidate who happened to be a Muslim in 2024 did not in any way turn the majority of Muslims in Ghana from voting for the NDC. In fact, the polling station near the Kumasi Central Mosque at Asawase did not vote the MPP even after Dr. Bawumia refurbished that mosque and commissioned it in 2023. So the electoral geography largely explains why the present NDC administration has appointed many more Muslims from northern Ghana than previous MPP administrations. In 2024, President Mahama secured approximately 1.38 million votes, more than 1/5 of Mahama's national votes from Savannah, Northern, Upper East, Upper West, and Northeast alone. 21% of his entire national tally of 6.5 votes. Such political realities will inevitably influence the regional compositions of government. Dr. Bawumia, on the other hand, received a total tally of 759,108 votes from those 5 regions, which is 15.56% of his national tally. Thus, fewer than 1 in every 6 of Bawumia's nationwide votes came from the 5 northern regions. You cannot therefore dishonestly repackage this evidence to prophesy that electing Dr. Bawumia on an MPP ticket will certainly shift the balance of power from the South, from Christians to Muslims. In fact, Dr. Bawumia's tolerance for Christian religious ceremonies has often incurred him the displeasure of sections of the population. Indeed.
So, also, I can just say MPP for Jimia or say, Mimuadie. This is Mustafa Hamid. And the MPP as a political party still think, say, Mahmoud Bawumia getting 38% in 2024 elections, it is because he's a Muslim. That is my biggest problem with party, They are all can say, Mahmoud Bawumia, and yet because you're a Muslim, you lose the election. No, the issue is what they are trying to put out there, and they say, in Kremufo Antoma Bawumia, and Bawumia, they were religiously or tolerant. And the question here is, do you think Bawumia lost election 2024 because he's a Muslim? And that is something that MPP form pedifo no jiminti, they still cannot move away from it to let the grassroots, their own piglets on the streets, who don't read, who are tribal, who are stupidly ignorant to understand, say, Hamidu-go did not lose the elections because he's a Muslim. Hamidu-go lost the elections on two grounds. Bawumia lost the elections because Hamidu-go was seen and known as a liar. And secondly, Hamidu-go lost the elections because of your bad governance. These are the two things. There are other things that are minor, corruption, arrogance, but the main things are amount for Gina so the two abatia MPP. It's not because Bawumia being a Muslim. It is because Bawumia was seen as a liar. And that is the most important thing you people are supposed to address. And then Ghanaians live through the worst government in the history of the Republic of Ghana. Because now in Kenya, Bawumia or my hopes in 2014, 15, 16, 17, and Kenim say dollar bet me do 18. Now Kenim say fuel a liter can get to 23. Now Kenim that say Ghana's inflation could rise all the way to 53. We never knew until Hamidu-go, the liar, took over and told us he's in charge of our finances because the economic management team, he was in charge. It is a OBMPP ni. Not the Jimmy Kajo say, Bawumia or losing Krebofovo to her. It is not because of that. The honest truth is that Hamidu-go lied to Ghanaians. They got to know who Bawumia is. At the latter part of the elections, Bawumia decided not to speak about economy. And Bawumia's trump card in entering Ghana's politics was because he said he was the whiz-kid when it comes to economic affairs. But going into election 2024, Nasa decided not to even speak about the economy. Then it means Bawumia was an imposter, a liar who lied through the ranks to become a running mate and a vice president. And so I don't know why the MPP still think say most Ghanaians went to the ballot because a woman team say Bawumia Ngreboni na Christopher Ntoma Bawumia. No Christian went to the ballot thinking about Bawumia's religious background. Nobody cared. In fact, who started tribal and religious politics in Ghana? I can show you about 3 videos where Bawumia went to places telling them that he has been chosen as the NPP flag bearer because he's a Muslim. And that is the lowest point of our politics, unless you are crazy before you make such stupid statement.